New tonight, Sherri Papini, the Reading mother accused of faking her kidnapping in 2016, has accepted a plea deal, admitting it was indeed all a hoax. You may recall Papini claimed 2 Mexican women held her captive.
Well, tonight, ABC 10's Van 2 has reaction from a community saying they have been vindicated all these years later.
Up to her arrest and release from jail on bond last month, Sherri Papini stuck to her story, running and crying as family members shielded her from reporters' questions. At the time, her lawyer successfully argued against a GPS monitoring bracelet due to complex PTSD she endured from the alleged kidnapping. But now the mother of 2 accepting a plea deal, finally admitting her harrowing tale was all a hoax. It was Thanksgiving morning 2016 when Papini was miraculously discovered after disappearing for 3 weeks, found bound, beaten, and branded in Woodland. She said she was kidnapped and held captive by 2 Mexican women.
And here it is 5 years later. They've been vindicated, but they still fear.
The Hispanic community in Shasta County was looked at suspiciously, according to Alan Ernesto Phillips, the former chairman of the Northern Hispanic Latino Coalition. He says Papini's accusations had real-life consequences for Latinas.
They wouldn't travel in pairs. They wouldn't go out into public unless they had a witness. They wouldn't drive in an SUV to go shopping or on family outings.
Papini's fabrication cost hundreds of thousands in taxpayer dollars. She even cashed out on $30,000 from the state's Victim Compensation Board, on top of donations poured in from people across the country touched by her story. But prosecutors say evidence show she was staying with an ex-boyfriend the whole time, inflicting the injuries on herself. In a statement, Papini said, "I am deeply ashamed of myself for my behavior and so very sorry for the pain I've caused my family, my friends, all the good people who needlessly suffered because of my story, and those who worked so hard to try to help me. I will work the rest of my life to make amends for what I have done." Phillips says he's not sure if he accepts the apology, but thanks the detectives for getting to the truth of a lie that harmed a whole community.
We can hold our heads up a little higher now instead of feeling like we were criminals.
Now, as part of the plea deal, prosecutors will not bring up charges that Papini also defrauded the Social Security Administration. The 2 charges carry a maximum total of 25 years in prison and a fine of $250,000 each. Papini waives her right to trial by jury and is ordered to pay restitution to all her victims, and that includes at least $308,000 to the agencies you see on your screen.